Nissan Arena, the Bearcats and the Huskies for the official ticket to the dance to beat Punch in the AAC. Here's a look at how we got here.
You're playing for an American Athletic Championship.
Nelson Adota, Angel Riser, Cincinnati in black, the Huskies in their white uniforms. We are underway. So we take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by the Air Force Reserve, the player of the year in the American, Megan Walker. 21 points last night and a good start for the Huskies here tonight.
It sure didn't take long. Fans may have a seat. They always stand before the first basket is made. Good ball movement early by UConn. That was a big point of emphasis in the shoot-around today. Don't let it stick. Really on both sides. That was the message.
Flo Sifa attacking off glass and short. Nelson Adota the rebound.
As so many teams have experienced, is the blitz. You got UConn. You blink and they're up 20. So you got to stay within striking distance, and that's 2 quick buckets right now. That tells me Kristen Williams is dialed into this game.
Take a look at the starting 5 for the Bearcats, presented by the Air Force Reserve. Michelle Clark-Hurd told us a big game for Flo Sifa. Her athleticism, number 30 in black, getting downhill. She's got a chance here tonight against this Huskies ball club. Sam Rogers, a Cincinnati native, to Riser, the most improved player in the conference, and that's a good-looking shot.
I like to see the way that she handles the ball. Gino says that she's probably the highest basketball IQ player on the floor. He also says he loves the way that she passes. She runs the team like a point guard.
For UConn in the American. And the Hall of Famer. She entered the tournament next week. This program well.
Where the loss of Sam Rogers could be felt the most for Cincinnati. She's their primary ball handler, and really, in my opinion, one of the higher basketball IQs, and has the ability to settle them down if things go south. Something to watch now with her on the bench.
Yeah, Christy, she's a senior. Outstanding three-point shooter. Riser, elbow, Jay. That's another big shot for number.
Is trusted with taking the ball out of bounds, so that tells you that she's the best passer on the team. And now Cincinnati has to be way more purposeful with their passing. Antoinette Miller, a good driver and creator, but not quite running the offense the way that Sam Rogers could. Who's going to step up and do that?
Nelson Adota against Amari Thomas. Good defense, better offense, wins that time. It's to pull off a shocking upset.
Well, I liked Coach's speech in the locker room before the game, where she said, let's try to get within 5. 5 minutes left in this game. If they are within 5 points, now you got a real shot. And this young lady tonight is smooth.
Riser has all 6 Bearcat points. Makarat on the other end makes it 9-6. Sifa getting downhill, off glass, and she was fouled.
There might be a UConn TikTok, so we're hearing that it might be possible for the postseason.
One layups this evening, so a good start in that department. 6 minutes in, Cincinnati trailing by just 2. Well, Walker wide open for a second. Thomas scooted out there.
Surprised she deferred on the shot, but waiting for something better.
Bit tentative, perhaps. Makarat.
You certainly would trust Walker to take that shot. That's a nice one from Makarat.
Mark Dangerfield will get it to Walker. 4-point advantage for the Huskies. Contested jumper off the mark, and Thomas tracks it down. Every possession so critical. There's Sifa. She's got
make plays like that, right? The little punches, little jab punches that keep you in the game. So here's an attack. Maybe try to get to the line. The biggest thing that they can do to hurt themselves is take a bad shot on this possession. Absolutely return it over.
Riser's been active on offense. That will continue. Another bucket. She's got
that elbow jump shot, and nobody from UConn is within a step or two. They got to make that adjustment.
Makarat. Here comes Riser already with 8. Give her 10. 1-point game.
Takes coaching well.
Well, Roy, in response to your question, I'm not surprised at all, because this is a team playing on emotion. The key is, can they consistently do this for the rest of this game?
Michelle Clark-Hurd told us we played with them for 20 minutes. Can we do it for 40? There's it.
Looks really great. Form, rotation, balance.
Sheila Watson, the broken nose, no good, and then she fouls Williams. That's her first. Fantastic players, which at times can help keep everybody a little Castine. Yeah.
Well, they have a running scare count.
Is the one in charge of scaring the players walking through the tunnel
Nice.
after shoot around. We watched that earlier today. It was fairly intimidating. Miller off the mark. Williams clears, and right now danger zone for Cincy. Look at the hustle. The tie up, that'll send it back to the Bearcats. That's a big sequence.
And that's an emotional play. That is a great play by the Bearcats.
6-second differential between the clocks. Thomas still hasn't scored as a first-team All-AAC performer. 23 in black. Watson aggressive.
Wow. Both Sifa got up for that rebound.
Missed the bunny. Shot clock is off. And Dangerfield travel. Boy, bucket.
It's a good call.
5 seconds, plenty of time here, right?
Yep. Especially if you can let it go a couple dribbles.
Miller. Elbow jumper, and it's
Bucket.
all net. Silky smooth for Antoinette Miller, the senior from Detroit.
Wow. Self-involved, but, you know, for the Bearcats to be down by just 4 and have put up 15 points on UConn, you feeling all right.
That's a win, right?
Definitely.
Walker from
that's
16.
Silky.
Lead is 6. Sam Rogers checks back in with those 2 early fouls. Number 11 in black. Thomas wide open for a moment. And couldn't connect over Nelson Adota. Good start for Walker here in the second. Checking in for the first time for the Huskies, Aubrey Griffin. That was the reason for the nice round of applause you heard moments ago. Williams attacking 11.
And just seeing how well this team has gelled together. The chemistry is so high.
Riser off glass. That's a big bucket out of the break.
Your team and get them in the right temperature again. So once they start to play too fast, the game's over.
Sifa attacking. She was fouled. I like the word temperature there because the temperature. Well, Michelle Clark-Hurd told us this could be her kind of get nude in time. Missed that time. But she's
turnover from UConn.
Here's Miller, open for a moment, back iron. Nez Khalifa checking in for the first time for Cincy, 50 in black. How about the dime drop there?
Wow.
He's going next year. Nobody does, but I think he would be very proud of that last
Way
passing
to know where you are right now. Good job.
Khalifa. And Walker the rebound. Lead is 9.
Well, not only was that pass incredibly effective, but Cincinnati not hitting that open jump shot, it hurt him twice.
How about another pass?
Are you serious? Biggs like to dish it out too.
Little high-low action that we were not expecting. Khalifa left open. Back-to-back possessions with a 3 by Khalifa. And a chance for 3 for Liv Nelson.
Doesn't jump to the ball, so she gets behind her. A direct cut to the rim. Knock him down. Could, like Christy said, could their energy, could the emotion just be starting to drain a little bit here in the second quarter?
Inside, wide open is Griffin. The foul. It was a 4-point lead for the Huskies after 1 quarter. Second. And you see the run. Bearcats 1 of 10 from the floor so far in the second quarter. Thomas, her first points.
Got to feel good about that if you're Cincinnati. But you need desperately 2-3 stops in a row and scores.
Huskies shooting at a 52% clip. Walker on the putback. She's now in double figures with 10. And missed layups have been a major issue for the Bearcats so far. Miller fouled hard, and she hit the deck with authority. And one more free throw coming is UConn Huskies.
NCAA championships. This is a program that has been built over 35 years of time from Gino Auriemma, and the following and the buy-in from the community that it's taken, the players before this team that have come through to dedicate their time and extra time, not just coming to practice, but sticking around a play open gym and working on their game for hours after practice. And that's where Megan Walker is somewhat non-existent for Megan Walker until now.
Well, guys, early on, we saw Cincinnati be able to get on the offensive glass. A sign to me as a coach is always, if your team stops crashing the glass, are they getting tired? And we're seeing shots go up.
Here, the tickets getting set to be punched. One of our favorite times
Yeah, it's the locker room celebrations. It's the players who you never expect to step up and make the big unexpected moment, be the hero.
We like heroes in March.
Underdogs.
Open luck. Walker and count it again. 15 on the board for the... Thomas up and in.
Wow. Offensive rebound. And how about Griffin? Took it. It just backed up. It came back right at her again. Like, so? What else you got? That's what makes me love this player.
When you said so, it meant so much with just one word.
Yeah.
So.
So.
Rogers came crashing down hard. Senior from the Queen City, struggling with the fouls. Macarat baseline. Foul. Second on Thomas.
That one-on-one high ball screen, you know, hero. Good passer, has been around older experienced players as well. I only lasted 5 months in Germany, so I didn't get a huge taste of it, but what I did see, I was like, wow, this is different.
Miller, smash mouth basketball on the other end. Lead is 18. Under a minute to go in our first half. The Huskies cruising so far. Dangerfield puts it up and in.
What? She stayed in the air for about 15 seconds making that shot, as did Sifa. Those were two of the highest jumpers. Come on. That's like a 30-inch vert right there.
She's the shortest lady on the floor. She made him pay that time. Shot clock is off for the Bearcats. Here's a steal. Here comes Williams, coast to coast. To 26, our halftime score.
The keys.
I think we got better movement, you know, and we did a good job of throwing it ahead, and then we found the next one. In the first quarter, we threw it ahead, we caught it, and then we held it. So the second quarter, the ball moved, you know, and they're trying to, you know, they want to do some things differently defensively down every time down the floor. So they're having a hard time figuring out where we're going with the ball. So we just got to keep moving the ball.
You seem, as well as you were doing offensively, though, you still seem pretty animated on the sideline. What was it that was getting you going over there?
Just, you know, it's March, you know, and every possession is magnified. You want to make sure that you're doing everything you can. Don't leave any stone unturned. You know, every time you have a chance to get a rebound, you have to get it. Every layup, you know, Anna misses a layup. That's a three-point play. She got fouled. Instead, we come out of there with one. Does it matter right now in the first half? No, but it's going to matter down the road. So, yeah.
Oh, it's March. It's got that March feel to it tonight, of course. Couple of buckets by Cincy to open up the third quarter. Lead at 18. It was just a 4-point advantage for UConn after the first 10 minutes. Different story, obviously, after the second 10. First points of the second.
Career. She can now drive and really affect the contact. When she bumps into somebody, they're going to move out of the way, and that just gives her more room to finish. But those players who can stay driving on that straight line without getting bumped off course because they're not strong enough, I mean, that's Amari Thomas, too. She's
top 3 teams in the country.
They are a different team, and I truly do believe they're on the upswing. But I also believe in the experts, and that's Charles Cream, who says that Maryland hit. So at this point, they are really apt to take that last #1 spot. Do I think UConn's going to get to the Final Four? Yeah, I sure do.
All right, that's what I needed right there.
Yeah,
inside.
They're getting there.
Good look. Megan Walker with 17 to match. And a rare miss for #4 in black, the senior.
That's a good shot. I like that. Cincinnati can't get away from their offense because they're fatigued.
Walker, mid-range, money. You're welcome.
I'm going to hold on to that.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna plan it. That's going to be somebody's nickname, maybe Megan's. We'll see. Yeah,
here's
great.
more. All net for Cincy. To warrant consideration for the big dance itself, but certainly an appearance in the WNIT for head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd.
Yeah, they're going to have a good chance to win it, too.
That's a great point. Haven't considered that yet. Macarat rejected and tapped out.
For Michelle Clark-Hurd and company is a Final Four berth. So until they get there, it's all about getting to the types of situations that will make you comfortable enough to play for a championship.
Reiser the floater.
Nice.
Nelson Atota
Nice.
off the pump fake, off glass.
Woo! To the pros, I think she's going to be like a Kevin Durant type before it's all said and done.
Well, guys, what I'm seeing for UConn, anytime Cincinnati goes to that 2-3 zone or extends their defense, is their height advantage. They are
17 years ago to the day.
Man, really feel it, and how far they've come for her. That
It was right in the rib cage, though. That doesn't feel good.
All right, then. All right.
You're doing that to me half of our broadcast every time you want to start
Okay,
talking.
then I'll take the L.
I'm tired of it. Big East that you just talked about, there's many as 8 or 9 programs that were going to the tournament almost every single year, and you put together that kind of win streak. So
No, not only the tournament, Final Four. I believe there was one year where there were 3 teams in. It's like, maybe we'll get 3 in to the Final Four.
Yeah. Walker with 24. Griffin the rebound. Ahead to Dangerfield. Coast to coast goes UConn.
Man.
Well, guys, it's one thing to win. It's hard to win. To win consistently just takes unbelievable focus, and that's why I think Geno Auriemma is one of the best ever. It is game in and game out that he has his team ready to perform. We saw their shoot-arounds. They don't take anything for granted. They take each the
difference between losing and getting beat. If somebody just kicks your butt, then you lost. You know, that's you got beat, but don't beat yourselves, and that's what UConn has been able to do, is not beat themselves.
What's interesting, too, because it's one of his younger teams, playing time in Crystal Dangerfield. And so, because of all that inexperience, had to go back, look at the number of plays that they're installing, look at the defenses that they're utilizing, and say, okay, let's make sure that we keep this at a respectable level to not overload. 12 consecutive Final Fours, 11 national championships. Geno at UConn. And will those streaks continue? 13 perhaps Final Fours. They can get hot at the right time. And by all metrics, Huskies are playing much better than what they were in the early part.
Just tonight. So Geno, being the genius he is in the beginning of the season, just, you know, the little plug. Oh, for America probably got her in the gym a lot more after the games.
Walker off glass, 69-40. Interesting earlier today. You know, the first 2 rounds of the upcoming NCAA tournament, the adjustments and what Geno wants to do in postseason play probably won't be that evident. I think we're seeing some of those adjustments tonight with Walker, her aggressiveness, mid-range game, not settling for threes, and there's going to be some other wrinkles installed by the time you get to the Sweet 16 that is going to make this team much more dangerous on ESPN. The comeback, second largest comeback in tournament. For bigger and better things in the years to come. I love the line she gave us this week as Miller lost the handle. I'm a dreamer.
We've said this before, and it's worth repeating about her message. It's stern, and you know that it comes from love. So if I'm a player, I'm going to buy in, because I know at some point, even if I don't believe it at first, that love is there. So on the other side, just like last night, she said, give me one more stop. Just believe one more time. Then they had the biggest win, second biggest comeback win in this championship.
Walker off the mark. Dangerfield, a putback. At 5'5", she was soaring in the paint.
I mean, you cannot take them for granted, because what if you're going up against Baylor and you only have 1 or 2 possessions to work with? You're going to look back at that turnover and think like, oh, man, that's what kept us from a Final Four? That's not what Geno Auriemma and this staff is made of. That's why there's so many national championships.
Macarat inside, Nelson Atota, count it, 9 points.
They're going to figure it out. I see a Geno Auriemma reservation, standing reservation at his restaurant.
Because at the end of the day, coaches want to compete. Geno told us today, when he had Stewie, he knows excited about moving to the Big East. I think the Big East coaches are excited, because at the end of the day, you want to play against great teams, because it only makes you better.
Boom! Spoken like a coach.
Spin it forward now in the American as well, with UConn exiting as Thomas puts it up and in. She may be the player for teams like Cincy, UCF, Jose Fernandez, USF. There's now an opening at the top of the conference to where they're hoping, okay, a year from now, we think we can get the automatic bid.
I can only imagine how empowered.
But specifically, Michelle said last night to us, she felt like last night's win was such a big point because it was almost like turning of the chapter of that we have arrived in the American and we're here to stay.
Well, you're playing for your first championship in 17.
Putting a cap on what's been a great 7-year run for them in the American. And so this is a team that, you know, once those conference moves happen, there was like 50-something schools that changed conferences, and
We'll get you back on the telestrator in July working on your circles.
I will work on my circles over the summer. You got my word.
Good.
X's and O's, both.
I do like it when you telestrate, though. There's something there. We need more of that as SIFA connects.
Well, there really be a year for the Flyers, historic on the men's side. We could see them come away with the national championship.
Obi Toppin would agree with that assessment. Brick Weisbrod, Christy Thomas-Cuddy, Roy Philpott back in Uncasville, UConn on the verge.
I just want to congratulate you, and great to hear that your surgery went well. Work hard on your rehab still. You still an athlete, girl.
Off the steal. Here comes Miller. And the lay-in.
I thought I got really excited all of a sudden.
Our producer this week, Seth Miller, great job. Mike Griffin, our director, outstanding work. Our statistician, Ed Svita, giving us great intel. John Brickley here calling some of the earlier action. 37-point lead, 2 to play. The final 2 minutes for UConn in the American. It's been a fun week here at the American Women's Basketball Championship, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been awesome. You know, and I think last night, just to cap Cincinnati's win off against UCF, that was an emotional time to watch, and seeing UConn really come into their own, come close to matching.
Good night for Antoinette Miller. She's got 15 off the mark there, approaching a minute to go. Huskies led by 4 after 1. And then UConn was UConn in the second quarter.
We want Molly to light it up.
Had a couple of threes last night.
Here it comes.
Off the pump fake. And Griffin was fouled on the attempted outlet pass. In tournament play, the American will have a seat on Michelle Clark-Hurd's bench. Huskies impressive as expected. And now awaiting selection Monday, a week from tonight. Led by Megan Walker, the player of the year in the American with 26 points. Time winding down, and that's going to just about do it.
Smiling. Terrific job by him, his staff, this program, and university to end this undefeated.
History made tonight, the final game in the American for the Huskies. 139-0, undefeated in 7 seasons in the league.
Cincinnati can really leave this tournament and feel good about the performance that they put on to even get to this place right now. It's a stepping stone. It's not where they want to be. But if you look at, and as you look at your champions, the Connecticut Huskies, you can see what it takes to get to that next level. Now you got a little taste. Now you want it.
87-53, the final score. First win in the conference coming almost 2,200 days ago against Cincinnati. The last one against the Bearcats as well.